Violet has been forced by her mother to enter the Rider's Quadrant instead of following her own passion of entering the Scribe Quadrant. Now she has to face enemies, bond with a dragon and stay alive, because a dragon without a rider is a tragedy, but a rider without a dragon is dead. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing very nice. I'm sending a lot of hugs and positivity to all of you. Hi, if you're new, welcome to the channel. I really hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, please do consider subscribing. I have recently started waking up in the morning, and because I did not wake up so early for me, not in general. Earlier, I sometimes feel like I don't want to get out of bed and I don't know what I should be doing in the morning, like especially after my morning routine, because I'm just like, okay, so now what? And that is what was happening to me today in the morning, till my eyes fell on a book and I was like, why don't I just give this book a chance? And the book is none other than Fourth Wing. I have been trying to read this book since ages. At this point, I think I have read chapter 7, not even chapter 7. I have reached chapter 6. Is this chapter 6? Yes, I have reached chapter 6 and I have never been able to read after that. The first time I started reading was, I don't remember when, but it was like months ago. Second time I started reading was when I fell sick in the beginning of October, I guess. And at that time, I was actually also listening to it as an audiobook while I was reading, because it was very hard for me to focus on reading while I was sick. And I thought that if I just listen to it while I am reading, it will be easier for me. That did not work. Time and again, I have dropped this book. But right now, I am completely free. I have nothing to do. Honestly, I do have things to do, but I'm just like pushing them away for some time. And so I have decided to just sit and read and give this book a chance and see if I'm able to push through. If I am able to go beyond even like 7-8 chapters, then I will continue reading. If I am not able to do so, then I'm going to drop it again. I'm not going to force myself to read it. Can't force myself. I've not been reading a lot, you guys. It's been a problem recently. I'm just not able to focus on things. Before we get into it, first up, we have the bookmark that I'm using for it. This is the bookmark. It has a pink tassel and I think that it looks very good with the golden of the book. This is what it looks like, and this is what it looks like on the book, and I think it's so pretty. Oh, like look at Fourth Wing. It's like shining like gold. And I have also decided to annotate the book, and so I have my pouch over here and I am going to take out the second annotation tab I have. I actually have new goals with my annotation and I'm trying to accomplish it, so I will be buying way more annotation supplies very soon, probably in January. That's not very soon, whatever, but for now we have these two. So I'm gonna color code and annotate and also share that with you guys actually right now, because you guys keep asking me how I annotate my books, and honestly I don't feel like I am an expert at annotation myself right now. I think I am teaching myself. I think I have annotated just a few books and I have made the key myself. So before I make a full-on video on how I annotate my books or how you can annotate your books, I'm going to be sharing these keys that I make for myself, and hopefully that will inspire you to make your own annotation keys. Here I have the book. Let me take you through my process of annotating this book. First, we remove the cover. Obviously, the covers are not meant to be there when you're not reading. When you are reading the book. Look at those edges, so pretty. Map, Fourth Wing, dedication, map. I first try to find a page which is plain so that I can put all of the stickers and everything. Not stickers, I can put my tabs over there and it does not cover up anything or it does not disrupt the aesthetic of the page. So I'll never put the annotation key on a page, on a map. Not over here because the space is not, no actually I would put it over here, but not here because this is the dedication page, and not over here because there is a map. This is like important stuff. Obviously not over here, and this, the book has already started. Now I would generally put the annotation key over here as the first page, but because we have this one plain page, I have decided to put my key over here. Next up, you decide all of the colors that you want to use. You can use colors that are matching to the cover, or you can choose your own color. I am going to choose orange. I've chosen orange, this, and pink because I feel like these two colors go along with the book. And this one I'm going to use for Y because when I read the first how many ever chapters, I actually really enjoyed the character of Violet. So I'm thinking of highlighting specific things that she says. And I really like her in pink. After that, you can either write on the tab itself what it is meant for, or you can write it on the side. I am going to write it on the side. I'm using the first color for Xaden plus Y because I just know that something related to them happens. I'm using gray for information because I know there'll be a lot of information because this is a fantasy book. So there'll be like a lot of world building that I'll want to go back to. And I'm using pink for Y. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think I need a special color for Xaden also. There you can have a closer look. And now we go and actually read the book. Xaden and Y met. I already read it, but still. 3 squads in each section and 3 sections in each of 4 wings. I don't think I'll ever be able to remember, like ever in my entire life, be able to remember that. There is a lot of information. Lots and lots of information. Y is so funny. She's just so sassy. Y just won the first battle. Why do I feel so good? I think I'm going to use a different color for like these special moments. Like she won for the first time, so these special things. I am going to use red.
It's a big hero sister.
Xaden versus Y. I'm done with like 100 pages. I'm literally in the middle of the chapter. But number 1, the reason why Xaden and Y hate each other, good, very good. Like they should be enemies, so they are enemies, very good. I love that. That is very, very important for me. Secondly, the heat. So good, so good. Thirdly, I hate Dane. I mean, I know that he means well, but he is annoying and I'm only 100 pages in. Like he is literally annoying, and I stopped mid-chapter because I'm on what chapters? I'm on chapter 9 right now, and something just finished like Xaden and Y, and it was so good. And Xaden, like out of context, is like she could use a little less protection and a little more instruction, and I'm like, yeah. Okay, back to the book. Oh my god. I get it, but Dane literally has to stop. Like he has to stop. Positive thinking for the win, right? Oh my. I know what he means. I know what Xaden means. Page number 129. Why? This deserves a red. Page number 138. Is it stuck to each other? Oh. I genuinely thought this would be like the ending of the book, like the main thing. This book is so fast-paced. Jack is so annoying. Why can't Jack and like these other people just mind their own freaking business? I would strongly recommend you rethink your actions. I cannot believe I don't have a color for the dragons. What is wrong with, like, they're literally dragons on the edge. What am I thinking? Oh my god. No, actually, I'm not that shocked, honestly. It's sort of obvious. Still, one does not live a century without being well aware of the space one takes up. Now get on. Guys, dragon, just like why? Okay, I'm on page number 169. I just had like a full body reaction where it just like something jolted through my whole body. And even though since then the book has been really interesting, obviously, this is the first time where I feel like taking my eyes, I just want to like stick my eyes to the page because of the dragons. The dragons, not a question. And order. What color should I use for the dragon? Actually, there's only one sensible color. Why I don't have it. I'm just gonna use this one. What? Full body reaction. What? So cool. Page number 178. Page 188. I don't know if I should mark this grey or orange. At least the dragon has some sense. Yes, God. Thank you, God. Page number 218. Oh, this is so good. Yes. Alright, you guys, I'm at chapter 22, page number 264. I am done for today, at least for now, because I have to upload a video, but I will be reading probably more at night, and I think I will be finishing this tomorrow. My update till now, apart from literally all of the reactions that the camera is on since hours at this point, is that I love Vi's character. First of all, Vi is Violet. I think that the dragons have stolen the show. Definitely. I have been enjoying the book very nicely as like a normal book, and then as soon as the dragons have showed up, even in the beginning, but even like later on when there's like prominent roles of, yeah, the camera cut me off again, just the role that the dragons are playing and the way the dragons talk and things like that and how it affects, it's just all so good. I'm definite though that this is the kind of book where you can't just like read a few pages and just keep it. At least it's not going to be like that for me. I think that the initial part of the book is built with like a lot of information, and honestly I'm really happy that I annotated those parts, because otherwise I am not going to remember those things ever. So I recommend you also to, like, you know, I highlight or whatever, underline the informational part, so I keep going back to it to refer to things, and then later on after a certain part it becomes really fast paced, and I have no, actually Powerless was quite fast paced, so that was good, but apart from that I have barely read books that are this fast paced when it comes to fantasy. So that is my update for now. I'm going to read I think a little bit at night and then the rest of the book tomorrow, and that's it. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey you guys, this is a few days later, actually many days later, almost a week later. I read a little bit of Fourth Wing that night, and then I was like, oh, you know, like the good part is going to start, let me just wait and I'll read it tomorrow. And then so many things have been happening that I did not get a chance to read it, because I am reading other books but I'm not reading this one, because I was like, I want to read it in a situation where I'm able to binge on it and I don't have to keep it again, because as I told you, it's a very bingeable book and I wanted to have all of the experience together. And so I just kept waiting and waiting, and now it's been so long and I have not read the book. But finally we are here. Finally, itna bhi kuch nahi hai, but like finally we are here, and I am going to start reading Fourth Wing again. I read till chapter 27, so we have this much more to left, which I don't think it'll take a lot of time, but I do know for sure that something very interesting, like the main part of the book, is going to start. I thought the main part would be something else, but it was not that. So now I know that this is going to be the main part. And so yes, that's it. I'm just gonna sit and binge it for hours and hours. Let's go. I'm just shocked that I'm having physical reactions for these things. Page number 289, it was so cool. I just love everything going on with Xaden and Vi. It is so good, so good. Not like the ultimate best, but so good. Then we have page number 322 again with Xaden and Ryan. Oh my god. I'm just trying to talk to you guys in case like you read it and then it'll be like, you know, we're reading it together, so I'm giving the page numbers also. But now we are on chapter 27, page number 333. Wow, 333. I think 150 pages are left. This whole book is 500 pages. 150, 170 should take me around 2 to 3 hours. Xaden is nice. Okay, Xaden is hot. I forgot to remove the dust jacket and I'm just like, what is bothering me? Much better. This is the last time this asshole will come for my friends or me. Yes! Red. That was a full body reaction. Again. Boy. The dragons. Don't leave me. Never. I'll burn him alive before he takes a single step towards you. What is going on? No. Is Xaden page 438? That makes no sense. Like literally no sense. The last line. I'm done, guys. I'm done with Fourth Wing. This is the spoiler-free review, and I'll put a timestamp on the screen and I'll put it in the description also, so you will know when the spoiler review is going to start, so you guys don't get spoiled. Let's talk about the spoiler-free review. What do I think about the book? When it comes to the characters, I love Vi so much. I also did not talk about her relationship with her sister and her mother a lot because it was not like a big part, but I do understand that it was a big part of Vi's life. Her sister, so nice, and her mother evil. The character, how it has been written, it does not seem like a completely fictionalized fantasy character. She does seem a little bit real, which is always good. I sort of like 3D characters, fleshed out characters that can seem real. Some characters, whatever it is, I just need them to be a little bit real, and I think that is what happened with Y, which I loved a lot. Then we have Xaden and Y, their relationship, and it was very good in the beginning, but then I think that as you move forward towards the end especially, things just escalated way too quickly. Spacing was so nice, the heat and everything escalated way too quickly, and I was not up for it. But then we had the ending, sort of makes sense, but still. So that is what I thought about them. Xaden and Dane, oh my god, that has to be my favorite thing in the book, their relationship. I was just yelling why all the time, because I wanted to cheer for her just because of how amazing she is. And then we have Xaden in himself and Dane within himself. So Xaden is a very hot character, you guys. Like, he's genuinely hot. He's like the sizzling hot guy, and sometimes though Y's description of him was way too, whatever, I get it because he is hot. Dane can just go to hell, I don't care. Liam has to be one of my most favorite side characters. In all, the characters were really good. When it comes to the plot line of the book, this is a romance fantasy, so I just think that in the beginning, the romance and the fantasy, like the political part of it, were so well mixed together that they were just making so much sense while reading, and it was all like a very nice concoction where you're just like feeling everything, and it was so good. But then towards the end, it just got very stupid. I was definitely shocked, but I was like, okay, the highlight of the book were the dragons. The dragons have definitely stolen my heart. I have not read any books with dragons in the past, and now I am going to go on a hunt to find books that have dragons in them. If this is what the dragons are like, if you guys know any books, put in the description. I would love to read those books. The only book I know is Aragon, but I think that it is meant for, like, teenagers. I don't know, but we'll see. The point is, I loved the dragons so much. All my full body reactions, all the reactions where I was like, oh my god, this is my most favorite book ever, were only present whenever there were dragons present. And now if I go to the con side of this, I am a beginner in the fantasy world, and even then this entire book did not seem like something out of the world for me. Where it comes to the romance part of it, if I begin to compare, the romance is so much better, aka Powerless. Powerless is one of my most favorite books ever. The romance was quite similar in both, not quite similar, actually they're very different, but just like the slow burn of it is quite similar. And yet I think Powerless is just in a whole different tier, and even other fantasy books, Six of Crows duology, things like that, it's just very good. And this one did not seem like something that will stick with me, except the dragons part. So now I'm thinking that if I had read a book with dragons in them, would that also be very common for me? So in the end, would this be a very common book for me? Maybe. That does not mean that I literally did not enjoy and have the best time of my life. That is not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I don't understand why it's so hyped. This is the kind of book where when I am reading it, when I do go back to the characters, I think about them and I love it so much, and I enjoyed the process of reading it. But it is not the kind of story that sticks. Even now, sometimes it's been months, but even now sometimes I hear one line from Powerless. Sometimes, like, in my head it'll be like, what have you done to me? And I'm just like, oh my god, the whole story, it has stuck with me. Not just that, I am dying for the second part of Powerless. I am not dying to read the second part of this book. Not to mention that the author has not even started writing the third part of this book, and this is a 5-part series, and you guys know how I get when there are cliffhangers. But if you ask me right now, I am not I'm not dying to read the second part. I know for a fact that when I do get the second part, whenever I do get it, I will binge it and I'll have a lot of fun with it. I'm not dying for it, if it makes any sense. I have also seen reviews of Iron Flame, which is the second book, which is out already, and so many people are saying that book is so heavy on the political side and this one is so heavy on the romance side. And I'm just thinking, why not maintain both of those things properly in all of the books? I do get a little bit of heaviness of things in different parts of the series because that happens, but even then, if you can balance it out a little bit, I think it will be fun, because then I don't know how I will read Iron Flame with like all of the details, like so much details. I did not have any problem with the details at all. I did not have any problem with the writing style. I love the writing style. Everything is good, and I think that it is great for beginners for sure. Even though it is a big book, if you are a beginner in the fantasy world, I think this can definitely be your first book, because things only get harder than this in other fantasy books. It's just one book, other books are still coming out, things like that. So I think this is a perfect book for beginners, and I had a good time with it. But is it worth the hype? No, I'm sorry. I loved it, but not worth the hype. My battery got over. In the end, I did enjoy the book. Nothing very like out of the world, but I did love it, and I do recommend it. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye.